when I first heard Groovin, ooh, that's dating. That's dating me. Yeah, it was on the radio, probably being played.
Yeah, those were the days, right in New York City.
That's it. And it is just a feel-good song.
Yeah,
I mean, you just cannot hear this song and not smile. You just can't. It's impossible. And I think going back to that place and time, Groovin is like the anthem.
A long time ago in another galaxy, I had a group called the Rascals, and in those days we were writing our own material for an album. And I had been dating this young girl, and as fate would have it, you know, the musicians normally work on Friday, Saturday. So really the only time that you have to be together is Sunday, and Groovin on a Sunday afternoon came out as a lyric. And we wrote a song, my partner and I, and the interesting thing about the song at that time was that the record company didn't want to put it out because there were no drums on it.
Oh, really?
It was a conga. And they said, well, you're a rock band, you know, you don't have a drum on it, what are we going to do? And I don't know if you guys remember Murray the K, but he was a disc jockey in New York City. He happened to be in the studio when we were doing it, and he said, well, I'm going to march right in there and tell these guys, this is a #1 record. Well, this record was #1 for 5 or 6 weeks in New York, so we broke all records. And then as the clock spins, I get an email from a friend of mine who I did an album with, and he said, there's this guy in town who wants to get in touch with you. His name is Frank Marino. I said, oh, well, it's a good name, you know. And his wife's done this version of Groovin, and pretty much that's how this came together. And I heard this song, and I said, that's not Groovin. But it was very, very interesting because it was like, it was reorchestrated and rearranged to fit like a new mode, a new idiom, and I really liked it.
Well, when you think Groovin, you think Felix and the Rascals and all that. And very fortunate to have Felix relocate here in Nashville. And I was just talking about the arrangement, what we're gonna do with it. We knew we were gonna have it orchestrated with some horns, you know, not overpowering and everything. I said, wow, it'd be really cool to have Felix play B3 on it. Since he's here, I mean, why not? You think we could ask him, you know? And then when you responded to the demo, then we talked some more about it. He said, I said, maybe we could turn this into a duet. I said, wow, that's even cooler. It was cool. I can't imagine anything that's better.
You always feel good when somebody does one of your tunes. It just kind of puts a smile on your face because as I say, the way they do it and the way they kind of interpret it is interesting. You know, it's kind of like their thought of what you were thinking, you know, and you know, it's kind of like a compliment. I always took it as a compliment.
The whole album consists of songs from the 60s, and like I said, I mean, Groovin to me is like the anthem from the 60s. I love the song #1. You know, it makes you feel great, #2, and it has to be included in a group of tunes of greatest songs from that era. Radio loves it, absolutely loves it. What we're doing it's right now in smooth jazz, you know. And as I said before, I didn't set out to make a jazz album. My other CDs are straight ahead traditional jazz. Okay, I didn't set out to do that. I love these tunes. There's a dozen songs or so on Just Groovin, and I made them my own by how I interpreted them. And I didn't really care. I mean, I didn't really worry about what mold it's going to fit into for radio or for whatever. I said, these are great songs. A lot of people probably haven't heard these songs, or younger kids today, whatever, and they need to be heard, you know.
Yeah, that's great.
And hopefully opened up to a wider audience, you know.
It always helps when you have a good song to start with, that's for sure. But you did a great job. Well, that's the thing. I mean, really.
Well, coming
great.
from you, it's an honor.
Thank you.